Hey Gem Gems, how you doing? How you all doing? Welcome back to another horse stream. Huh, that's interesting. Hang on. YouTube's being a bit weird with me right now. Hold up. There we go, okay. Jesus, alright. What does the horse say? Nay. He says, how you doing, Bush Guy? Look at this. Look at all these lovely people we have here. Absolutely gorgeous. We've got Mel, we've got James, we've got Lenny, we've got Brush Guy, we've got Ika. How you doing, Ika? Horse, are you the knights who say ni? Or am I the knights who say nay? Even if Zen didn't like it, your Pikmin 4 antiques were on point. With Pikmin 4 around again? Was he playing Among Us? Got a new mic and I got rated today. You did! I was there to see that. That was pretty amazing. James got a sweet looking mic and he got like 30 people just rushing in to see it. He had 30 people to witness his new mic. Pikmin 4 is dead, apparently? Oh no, what happened? Was he not the imposter for once? Hope everyone is having a good day. I agree. I hope everyone is having a good day. How's your new mic, James? I need a new mic. It sounds a lot different from his headphones mic. Very different. What the hell happened? Hold on, everyone. How did I do this before now? Autocrow. No. Hey Zach, how you doing? One sec, I'm gonna change screens real quick. We're not doing a Cyberpunk stream. I just want to take the settings I did here. What did I do here? Resolution custom. Let's do that then. There we go. All right. I'm trying to make it so the snow is more visible. Green snow. Perfect. It's snowing here in the stream. So festive. Alright, so hello everyone, welcome. So very nice to see you all, very lovely to have you all here today. We are working on the next video, if you can believe it or not. We're working on the Krampus creepypasta story. How are you doing, horse? I'm doing fine, thank you, Mel. How are you doing? How's the kids? Are they keeping you busy? Yeah, well, kids are well, very busy. Yeah, it's coming. We're close to the holidays now. I imagine a lot of us are going to be pretty busy around that time. How are you? I'm doing fine. How are you doing, Lenny? Or is it Lane? I don't know why I get the names mixed up. It's Lane, isn't it? That sounds more. That sounds more like it. Okay, so we're gonna need to find when Zen starts reading, because a lot of this is just us talking.
Written by... No, it's not the same guy.
Please.
Zenbat stream on Twitch? Yeah. It's been 40 months since Zen... No, he's never missed any stuff.
Yeah, just What the heck's that? Oh, yeah, that's the like, comment, subscribe bit.
Hey, Puggles. I'm gonna link this in chat. If you've got any, just title, just.
God, we talk a lot.
Away with you, B.
Okay, it's part of the story. When there's audio of Zen, I'm thinking, wait, where did Zen come from? Yeah. You might also hear me in the video. This is definitely going to be a bit confusing for some people. Definitely conclude it's been 40 months since Zen streamed on Twitch. Krampus. It's been 40 years since I last streamed on Twitch.
Okay. Krampus. Written by JS.
Perfect. That's where we can start. Okay, was that your contribution? Yes. Aka's making the video sound so much better. Okay.
Krampus, written by JS.
Let's check if that's how you spell Krampus. Here we go. Krampus. Yes.
JS. Each year on December 5th, a person in my hometown is brutally murdered. The police are at a loss. With each victim, a poetic story is left behind. Below are the stories from the past 3 years.
So you know the gist of this. I'm gonna go through the whole stream again. Not all the stream, because this other part here is gonna be another story. But I'm gonna be going through the parts that we did about Krampus. And then when I'm done, I'll go back to the beginning and I'll work on the next bit. I'll probably work on the images because I plan on just using one song in this video. It should be too long, so I don't need like a whole bunch of songs. But we'll see what happens. For now, I'm going to be working on the audio.
Frederick loved to smile, for he was always glad. Happy, warm, and gentle, never ever sad. But Frederick had a secret, one he only knew. This man loved to strangle children, he turned them cold and blue. The townsfolk never found them, for he was very smart. Frederick took their corpses and pulled them all apart. It couldn't be young Frederick, everyone would say. He is a man of God, we always see him pray.
I love how cheerful the music is, and he's talking about dismemberment.
The cold night came, and Frederick rested his head, but soon he heard a scratching underneath his bed. Frederick trembled as he looked, oil lamp in hand. On his bedroom floor, the demon had a plan. Away with you, beast! The demon had a plan. Away with you, beast! The night is dark and long. You have no business here, for I have oh wait, fuck.
Nice.
Okay. Away with you, beast. For I have oh wait. Away with you, beast. The night is dark and long. You away with you, beast. The night is dark and long. You have long. You have no business here. You have no business here, for I have done no wrong. The night is dark and long. You have no business here, for I have done no wrong. Away with you, beast. The night is dark and long. You have no business here, for I have done no wrong. Here, for have no business here, for I have done no wrong. Krampus only laughed as he shook his rusty chain. Oh, okay. Krampus only laughed.
Chain.
She just Krampus only laughed. Krampus only laughed as he... No business here, for I have done no wrong. Krampus only laughed as he shook his rusty chain. He hung Frederick by the neck until he writhed in pain.
Great. Merry Christmas, everyone. Speaking of Christmas, what's everyone's plans for Christmas? Have you got any relatives coming over, if they're allowed? Or you just be like, just yours family? Or just on your own? Or do you plan on maybe talking to someone on like Discord or Skype or Zoom? Yeesh, sorry, yeah. Merry Christmas. Did you get any presents? Are you gonna be waiting? Or have you sent any presents? I'd like to hear.
In pain. The lynx constricted, digging into skin. Frederick then cried out, paying for his sin. He begged and pleaded until his final breath. With a beautiful snap, Frederick bled to death.
Great. My family will be getting together with my siblings and parents and their family. I'm the youngest of 7. Holy moly, that's a big party. Hope you all will stay safe.
To death. Krampus hung him out to dry, and all the townsfolk... Wait, townsfolk. I said... Krampus hung him out to dry. Bled to death. Krampus hung him out to dry, and all the townsfolk began to...
You kidding me? You did it twice?
Krampus hung him out to dry. To death. Krampus hung him out to dry, and all the townsfolk began to cry, but not the children, for...
Biang? 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 Did he say Biang?
All the townsfolk began to cry.
He did say Biang.
Began to cry.
Instead of began.
And all the townsfolk began to cry. Krampus hung him out to dry, and all the townsfolk began to cry.
Bian? Exactly. Just replace the G with the Y.
Krampus hung him out to dry, and all the townsfolk began to cry. But not the children, for now their souls were free.
What about this bit? Hang on.
Krampus hung him out to dry. Krampus hung him out to dry.
Let's see how this sounds.
Krampus hung him out to dry, and all the townsfolk began to cry. But not the Krampus hung him out to dry, and all the townsfolk began to cry. But not the children, for now their souls were free.
Wow, horses are magical at fixing videos. Or audio, I guess. Yeah! You do what you can. And if I can't do it, then I make Henry do it. And it'll be his own fault for messing it up.
Frederick bled to death. Krampus hung him out to dry, and all the townsfolk began to cry. But not the children, for now their souls were free, and under Frederick's body, the phantoms danced with glee.
There's a phantom right now, he's dancing. You see him? The horse, he's dancing. He's happy that Frederick is something.
Danced with glee. Greta loved herself more than she could bear. She never had enough, and could never ever share. Want was never more, it was only need. Her envy grew and grew,
Yes.
and with it came her greed.
That is one happy phantom. He's dancing to the music too. Such a little happy phantom.
Greta needed more, but money wasn't flush, so she stole from her family. It gave her quite the rush. It is not enough.
Wait, what's the break?
Want was never more. It was never had enough, and could. Greta loved herself more than danced with glee. Greta
Be a little longer.
danced with glee. Greta loved herself.
Okay, maybe not that much.
Danced with glee. Greta loved herself more than she could bear. She never had enough, and could never ever share. Want was never more, it was only need. Her envy grew and grew, and with it came her greed. Greta needed more, but money wasn't flush, so she stole from her family. It gave her quite the rush. It is not enough, to herself she would say. I must have it all, there is no other way. Into her grandparents' home, Greta crept inside. They had many treasures, jewelry and gemstones. Pied? I mean, I can only assume it. Yeah, it's a weird word. Okay. They had many treasures inside. They had many treasures, jewelry and gems inside. They had. Greta crept inside. They had many treasures. Greta crept inside. They had many treasures, jewelry and gemstones pied. But when she looked about, wealth she did not find. Only ancient Krampus with something on his mind. Greta shrieked and trembled. With something on his mind. Greta shrieked and trembled, staring at his claws. She knew there would be no mercy from this evil Santa Claus. You shall have the riches, Krampus said with a grin, and he gave them to her, after peeling off her skin.
Like a banana.
Herman was a
hermit crab. But there's not much to say.
Off her skin. Herman was a doctor for that's what he would say. Okay.
See? I've got to head out. Hope you have a great night, Austin. Same to everybody here. Alright, Mel, you have a good night. Or good day. It's definitely night here. Only 15 more minutes until midnight. Bye-bye.
Herman was a doctor. Herman was a doctor, for that's what he would say. And every single patient they would have to pay. He cut and pulled and burned, and after he was done, for more he always yearned. Oh, well, that doesn't really rhyme all that well, but okay, cool.
Imagine if I left that in.
Yearned. For more he always yearned. This surgeon was a butcher who had a taste for swine. With their bleeding flesh, he'd pair of fine red wine. Oh, okay. With their bleeding flesh. This surgeon was a butcher who had a taste for swine. With their bleeding flesh, he'd pair of fine red wine. The hunger took him, body, mind, and soul. Yet this evil.
Do you like it?
Okay. The hunger took him, body, mind, and soul. With their bleeding flesh, he'd pair of fine red wine. The hunger.
I want to steal a thingy. There we go.
The hunger took a fine red wine.
Takes a breather here. Let me take that out.
Fine red wine.
Oh, no.
Red wine. The hunger took him, body, mind, and soul. Wait, hang on. The hunger took him, body, mind, and soul. Okay. Then there needs to be like a rhythm to that. The hunger took him, body, mind, and soul. Fine red wine.
Hang on. That's a good break for there. Don't need to Frankenstein it like that.
Fine red wine. Fine red wine. The hunger took. He'd pair of fine red wine. The hunger took him, body, mind, and.
Sorry for the repeat.
pair of fine red wine. The hunger took him, body, mind, and soul. Yet this evil, it never took its toll. Took its toll. Herman was alone. In his chair he sat. All this human meat had made him very fat. He drifted off to slumber and began to snore until an angry Krampus burst through the door. Herman could not move. He wet himself in fright. Krampus licked his lips and let out a squeal of delight. First he gouged out his eyes, and Herman took its toll and let out a squeal of delight. First he gouged and let out a squeal of delight. First he gouged out his eyes, and Herman could not see. Then Krampus filleted his tongue. It was tender as could be. Christmas
Krampus is dark.
Tender as could be. Christmas is joyous, full of love and cheer, but you must remember the one that we all fear. So be kind to one another, show love and heed this text, or Krampus will find you, and you will certainly be next. The police are seeking any information that may help be next. The police are seeking any information that may help bring the killer to justice. As of this morning, 3 more bodies have been found in a neighboring village.
And that's it. This is for something else, which I will work on another time. Sup, Paul? How's it going? How are you doing? Hope you're being safe. Especially from Krampus here. I should be checking that. Wait, I don't need that one. I need something else. Hold on. I have the Christmas outros that I need to throw in here. I just need to find them first. This one should have it. I'm curious if Sony Vegas is gonna see this new one. No, it's not. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this, throw it in there. This is my Christmas outro, if you guys remember it. No, I don't want to just get rid of all that. Boom, boom. Okay. I'm okay. Just eating some burritos. Some Icaritos. My trading has been going very well. I have another trade I put in that's in the positive again now. Nice, Ica. I would have been totally lost if I went, if I did trading.
Been found in a neighboring village.
Something like that.
Been found in a neighboring village.
It's like, huh. Maybe, what I'll do, maybe I won't include the cheerful ending there. I think I'll continue with what I have in mind for this. Yeah, I'll do that. So how long is this video? It's 4 minutes and 19 seconds. Yeah, wow, it's pretty short. So I'll put you somewhere around in the middle.
Her envy grew and grew, and with it came her greed.
That's fine. Okay. It's definitely hard to not get into emotional about it. Hang on, it's definitely hard to not get too emotional about it. Definitely not for everyone. Oh, definitely. I mean, anything that comes to like putting your money into something that's luck based mostly, a bit of a gamble, it's definitely something I'm not too keen on. There's skill to it, you know, when to pull out, what to see in like the patterns of a business, or you know how the Bitcoin rate will go. But yeah, definitely not for me. I probably see like my money going down and then like pull out and then realize if I just left it there, it might have gone up. I wouldn't have lost anything. It's about riding that wave. Alright, so we're going to play for this again just to make sure everything's all good. Awesome car wash is closed. Ah. So what are you going to do? Guess I'm cleaning vomit tonight. Oh. Damn, I'm sorry, man. Is there no other car wash nearby? Right, yes. Where was I?
Krampus, written by J.S. Each year on December 5th, a person in my hometown is brutally murdered.
Yeah, my super profitable trade I'm currently in was down to 50% at one point, but it hadn't reached my invalidation point, and so long as it didn't knew it'd be going up. Now it's almost 100%, although it's likely I'll get stopped out of the trade at a lower profit. Right. Yeah, it's complicated stuff. From my point of view, anyway. I'm sure it makes a little more sense once you understand how trading works. But all that said, I don't know what I could take out of that. 100% sounds good, so... I'm guessing like when it's 100%, it means doubled when you initially put in. But I don't know. I'm just talking out my horse ass right at this point. Yeah, it's investing but risky. It's gambling, basically. You put your money on something that you think is going to make a lot of profit, and if it does, then you make a lot of money. If it doesn't, you lose that money. But like I said, though, with trading, there is skill. Like, you gotta know who you're putting your money into, what's their What's the pattern like? It's interesting from like a ongoer's point of view, but to actually do it is a nightmare. So I'll just look over your shoulder and root you on. I'll be like, yeah, okay, you go. You get the money. Yeah, that trade is currently sitting at double and what I put in there, but I'd only get that point if I decided to take the profit now. So the question is, do you think it's going to go even higher and you get more of a profit, or is it going to go back down and you're going to start losing profit? It's all about the pants.
Police are at a loss. With each victim, a poetic story is left behind. Below are the stories from the past 3 years. Frederick loved to smile, for he was always glad. Happy, warm, and gentle, never ever sad. But Frederick had a secret, one he only knew. This man loved to strangle children, he turned them cold and blue. The townsfolk never found them, for he was very smart. Frederick took their corpses and pulled them all apart. It couldn't be young Frederick, everyone would say. He is a man of God, we always see him pray. The cold night came, and Frederick rested his head, but soon he heard a scratching underneath his bed. Frederick trembled as he looked, oil lamp in hand. On his bedroom floor, the demon had a plan. Away with you, beast! The night is dark and long. You have no business here, for I have done no wrong. Krampus only laughed as he shook his rusty chain. He hung Frederick by the neck until he writhed in pain. The links constricted, digging into skin. Frederick then cried out, paying for his sin. He begged and pleaded until his final breath. With a beautiful snap, Frederick bled to death. Krampus hung him out to dry, and all the townsfolk began to cry. But not the children, for now their souls were free, and under Frederick's body the phantoms danced with glee. Greta loved herself more than she could bear.
Let me just put a pause on that one. Not that much.
Danced with glee. Greta loved phantoms danced with glee. Greta loved herself more than she could bear. She never had enough and could never ever share. Want was
It sounds spooky so far. Oh yeah, it's pretty spooky. Just in time for Christmas, am I right? The spookiest time of year.
nevermore, it was only need. Her envy grew and grew, and with it came her greed. Greta needed more, but money wasn't flush, so she stole from her family. It gave her quite the rush. It is not enough, to herself she would say. I must have it all, there is no other way. Into her grandparents' home, Greta crept inside. They had many treasures, jewelry and gemstones pied. But when she looked about, wealth she did not find. Only ancient Krampus with something on his mind. Greta shrieked and trembled, staring at his claws. She knew there would be no mercy from this evil Santa Claus. You shall have the riches, Krampus said with a grin, and he gave them to her, after peeling off her skin.
Gross. The Nightmare Before Maya. Oh my god. You're here before Christmas.
Herman was a doctor, for that's what he would say, and every single patient they would have to pay. He cut and pulled and burned, and after he was done, for more he always yearned. This surgeon was a butcher who had a taste for swine. With their bleeding flesh, he'd pair a fine red wine. The hunger took him, body, mind, and soul. Yet this evil, it never took its toll. Herman was alone. In his chair he sat. All this human meat had made him very fat. He drifted off to slumber and began to snore. And
Oh no, not my shoes. I want my shoes. I want my horse hooves. Don't do it. Don't take my hooves. Your horseshoes. No! Hide. Hide, Doofy. Wait, I'm pulling the whole snowy thing with him, too. There we go. Hide. Hide your horseshoes. They can still see your butt. Doofy, they can see your butt. Oh, his poor butt. He couldn't hide.
until an angry Krampus burst through the door. Herman could not move. He wet himself in fright. Krampus licked his lips and let out a squeal of delight. First he gouged out his eyes, and Herman could not see. Then Krampus filleted his tongue. It was tender as could be. Christmas is joyous, full of love and cheer, but you must remember the one that we all fear. So be kind to one another, show love and heed this text, or Krampus will find you, and you will certainly be next. The police are seeking any information that may help bring the killer to justice. As of this morning, 3 more bodies have been found in a neighboring village.
Oh my. So, okay, that's all pretty good. I don't know why, but have you ever get that feeling where you feel like you've finished, but you're not, and you're hesitant of starting again on the next project, which in this case is finding images. Let's have a look. What can we put in here? Maybe like a village. Snowy village landscape. Ooh, this is a nice image. Let me show you guys what I'm seeing. Oops. What do you guys think of that one? Maybe? Probably the craziest thing to me that I learned while trading is that you can earn money while the market is in a downtrend. And you can trade cryptocurrencies versus bitcoins. So you can, while trading, is that you can earn money while the market is in a downtrend. Reminds me of a grandparent's painting in the wall. Kind of, yeah. Okay, so we'll save that. Let's put that in our handy dandy notebook. Alright, Doofy. We're gonna need you to move out the way so we can see what we're doing up there. Do you have Steam? Yeah, I have Steam. There is a animation called Source Filmmaker. Yeah, I know about that. I wanted to get into that, but it looked complicated. Although although I will say, if I had learned how to do that, it probably would have been pretty helpful to this channel. Now, what did I do to make this happen? Okay, here we go. I pressed one of the F keys, but I don't know which. There's a tutorial on making animations. Yeah, it's just the time that you have to put into actually understand how to do it all. And I don't have time. Not anymore. I just realized Zen is covering Doofy. Bad Zen. My current trade is basically using both parts of that. It's Monero. Not heard of that one. I shorted it with 3 times leverage. Basically, it's for every 1% Monero loses in Bitcoin's value, I get 3% profit in Bitcoins. Damn, Eka. I still don't know what that means. But it sounds like a good thing, so awesome. Paul Jones, do you do source filmmaking?
Each year on December...
Each year in December, guys. It means now.
Each year on December 5th, a person in my hometown is brutally murdered.
Yeah, I just need to see how the fading works.
Each year on December 5th...
Probably more. You do? Nice. Yeah, it's a cool software. I've seen a lot of people do some pretty nifty stuff using like Team Fortress models or Half-Life Alyx models. One second, boy. Okay.
Each year on December 5th, a person in my hometown is brutally murdered. The police are at a loss. With each victim, a poetic story is left behind. Below are the stories from the past 3 years. Frederick loved to smile, for he was always glad.
GLaDOS. And I'm gonna have this like the ending.
Found in a neighboring village. Remember, the one that we all fear. So be kind to one another, show love and heed this text, or Krampus will find you, and you will certainly be next.
Okay, so Frederick was a kind young man. I wonder if we can find anything about Krampus if we Google it. Krampus Frederick. Well, we get the thing. The creepypasta. But other than that, I see a bunch of Krampus pictures, which is not helpful. Kind gentleman. We need to find something that's kind of like of a proper age. Well, the way it works is the exchange lended me Monero, which is then sold for bitcoins. Let's say it was 1 Monero sold for 0.1 bitcoin. To make it easy, I have to return that 1 Monero to the exchange, which costs 10 bitcoins, or 10.1 bitcoins. Because 10 bitcoins makes up 1 Monero. Oreo. Every time I see that, I want to say Oreo, but it's not. If the price goes down to say 0.9 bitcoins and I buy back 1 Monero, then I get to keep not 1 bitcoin profit. But if it goes up to 0.11 bitcoins, I have to make up the 0.01 difference to the exchange. So then you've made a profit by selling the Monero ahead of time for something that seems like a lower value but is suddenly now worth much more. You've made a 0.02 profit in bitcoins because originally it was 0.9. Or something along those lines. Short trading is basically sell high, buy low. But the opposite is long and buy, low, sell high. Yeah, that's generally like the sense in business. Buy low, sell high. Buy something at a lower cost and sell it at a higher price. That's like the more common and general idea of selling stuff. I mean, obviously you can't do it the other way around. You can't buy high and sell low because that would make no profit. You also see like people who buy all these PlayStation 5s, for example. They buy them and then they sell them at a higher price because they know they're in demand. So you're making a profit by having something that other people want and selling at a much higher price because those people may be wanting the system that bad. It took me a bit for me to understand how shortening works, but I watched a bunch of tutorial videos explaining it and got it. Yeah. Okay, maybe we're not. This is not good. See, I would like something like that, you know, pencil drawing, but I don't want to use a real life person. I don't want to deface them into saying like, oh, this guy's evil. This guy's name is Frederick. No, I need I know I need. No, I don't need to go. So I just refresh. Yeah, and it changes. But these all look very modern. Man, this AI has gone a lot better. Last time. Oh, not quite. Not quite, but it's getting there. It's doing a good job. This is a really good picture. That's an alright picture. Don't know what the hell's going on back there. Ooh, dear lips. What are you doing with your clothing? Yeah, it's too modern, these images. I would like something a bit more... It's the thing. I need something a bit more oldie looking. Her hand was growing out of her face. Yeah, the AI isn't like... It's not perfect. It will mess up now and then. Like, that's a bit of a mess up. But it does a generally... Ooh, it does a generally good job at making a fake person. What is going on there? What did the AI think this was? A hat? Interesting. Okay, so not that. What if we look up the name Fredrickson? Nope, wrong story. There we go. What if we look for the name Fredrickson? Okay. What is happening? Oh, okay, because it was small. Frederick! Okay, here we go. Let's look up for the name Frederick and see what we get. Let's say Frederick of 1889. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. These guys. He looks like a gentleman. But I should probably look up who he is first so I don't dehumanize this person. Alright, fine. He was one of the first to extract the hormone insulin from the pancreas. Injections of insulin proved to be the first effective treatment in diabetes, a disease that equal gluten. La 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 la. Alright, he won a Nobel Prize. That's all I need to know. Did he win a Nobel Prize? Yes. Let's not make him a bad guy then. I suppose it's not really easy to find like an old looking Fredrickson. Peter Fredrickson. Who are you? Oh, I can't understand this. Was a priest. I can't deface a priest. Well, I don't want to deface any of these guys. I just want to find a person who looks like a sweet person, but is hiding a dark secret about themselves. He looks very shocked. Oh dear. You're gonna see how bad my English is right now. Okay. No, I can't use, Vincent van Gogh. Give me a no name. Does anyone know any no names? Butlers. At first I thought that was like poorly cut out Photoshop, but then I realized that's just his collar. This probably could do. Hey Moody, how you doing? You've just missed a woman with a hand grown out of her face.
To smile, for he was always glad.
Now, which gentleman is gonna be the bad guy? Is it you? You? Who just looks like the same person but mirrored? You or you? This one actually, he mentioned about smiling. He's smiling. Waiting on a midnight snack, cooking it currently. What are you cooking at this time? I might have to Photoshop this. Come with me as we go Photoshop this picture. It needs to load it first. Okay. Right. So, maybe taking this. And we want this guy here. So I'm going to go ahead and copy him. I'm going to go ahead and replace these guys with a big white area. Actually, I should probably do all this white, then paste him in. Just like that. Oh hell, we don't even need to do that. We could just like take the white out of this. Yeah. Or, nah, let's leave the white in. Yeah. Alright. Let's save this in the folder. Here, a handy dandy folder.
Frederick loved to smile, for he was always Frederick loved to smile, for he was always glad.
He was always glad. You could almost call him Glad Frederick. Yeah, we didn't have much names for him back then. Ah, look how glad he looks. Glad lad. That's him. Oh no, no one do that. Oh boy, I forgot how I did this before now. What did I use to change the colour to make it a bit more brown looking? Whatever, let's do black and white. Let's just do black and white. Yeah.
Frederick loved to smile, for he was...
Whoa, Frederick's coming at us like crazy. And he's like, I've heard you've been talking shit about me. Slightly zoom in on him. Frederick is a bit too glad there.
Man loved to strangle children. He turned them cold and blue.
Let's not hear that part.
Away with you, beast! The night is dark and long. Came, and Frederick rested his head, but soon he heard a scratching underneath his bed.
Maybe we could have something like the bedroom. Okay, good. Yeah, that's a nice zoom. What could we put here? Bedroom, maybe. That's nice, but bedroom. Here we go. It's in. I think I got the majority of the vomit. First I had to scrape out entire chunks. Then I wiped it down with water towels. Then I wiped it down with disinfection. I am so sorry. That sounds disgusting even just reading that out loud. I'm about to eat, but I'm not hungry anymore. Poor Moody. That really sucks, dude. No, I'd prefer if you didn't. I don't need to hear any more about it then. That might be crazy just reading it. And I'm already tired, which makes it worse. Oh, for crying out loud. When this kid vomited, his entire jacket was covered in it. But the worst part was he was wearing a mask. And he vomited into the mask, which spilled onto his face. What did he do? What did he eat? Or was this the road? Or was the car journey just too much for him or her? Oh no, you said he. That's nasty. It was supposed to be a 30-minute transport from where I hung up on you, horse. 20 minutes into it, I hear sniffing and whimpering. Nobody got out of this. Everyone loses in this. There is no winners. Well, I'm sure the car wash would have been a winner here, but they were closed. You've lost your appetite. I can't blame you. Can't use that. Someone's deviant. That's actually not bad looking, that one. It's used multiple times. Who is it? We will be one of those people who uses it multiple times. Literally have never seen that much. Okay. Right, something's not right, yeah. This feels too fluent. There we go. That's what I'm missing. It's not a cab, it's his car. It's Zen's car.
We always see him pray. The cold night. We always see him pray. The cold night came, and Frederick rested his head, but soon he heard a scratching.
Underneath his bed. Yeah, he has to use his car. No, then. It's not the time. Oh dear, it's not your time, then.
The cold night came, and Frederick rested his head, but soon he heard a scratch. For I have done no wrong. Bled to death. Bled to death. The cold night came, and Frederick rested his head, but soon he heard a The cold night came, and Frederick rested his head, but soon he heard a scratching underneath his bed.
I told my boss they need to hire this kid as a spitting dinosaur from Jurassic Park, and they laughed like I'm just memeing or something. Well, I'm afraid to say that, but that's kind of a meme. I mean, what did you want them to do? Not laugh?
Krampus hung him out to dry, and all the townsfolk began to cry.
It was a short scene, so it's not really all that worth it.
Under Frederick's body, the phantoms danced with glee. Greta loved herself more than she could bear. She never had an
That's gonna be the next thing that comes up on Discord. I don't want that. Oh dear. Greta. This would do. I mean, this person is long ago. And she's big, too, so it's perfect for the size. Plus, I typed in greedy women, so I think I'm fine with making her look like a bad guy. You might not want it, Horse. I'm sure the story will resonate with someone like me.
They had many treasures, jewelry, and gemstones piled.
Alright, wait. Hold on. Oh shit. Have you you've been seeing the wrong thing. How long has that been there for? Have you just been staring at like the same image the entire time with a dancing horse? That's awkward. Sorry about that, if that was the case. Supposed to be seeing this. That's Greta. Her name's not really Greta, but it's Greta. Dancing horse is all I need. I'm glad. I'm glad the dancing horse is doing his job. make dancing a horse 10 hours now. Just seeing a dance, the horse dancing to the music. It's actually James Baxter from Adventure Time. But if you could make like a recreation of this horse, using my character, you could probably get away with it. He's dancing to the Round the World by Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk made that? I thought Daft Punk made that. Oh, this is a different version of it. Oh, you meant Daft Punk. No worries. I love... Hold on. Hold on. I love the lyrics to this. Daft Punk Around the World. The lyrics. Around the world, 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 around the world. It just... Thanks, Music Match. It never ends. Around the world, 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 around the world. It doesn't sound like a word anymore when you say it so fast. Around the world, around the world, around the world, around the world. Dear. What do I want now? I could just be lazy. Oh no, you know what? Why don't I show Krampus? No, that's not Krampus. Why don't we show Krampus? There is a lot of depictions of Krampus. Yeah. Oh, look at them having a face-off. Ho, ho, ho. We'll go with this one. Halloween. I'm afraid to say Krampus is not a Halloween character. Yeah, let's go with that one. Frederick was Krampus all along. But who really killed Frederick that night?
No other way. Into her grandparents' home, Greta crept inside. They had many treasures, jewelry, but when she looked about, wealth she did not find. But when she looked about, wealth she did not find. Only ancient Krampus with something on his mind. For that's what he would say. Herman was
Herman. This music kind of reminds me of Minute, if you remember that. If you remember that game Zen streamed one time. I wonder if Zen even remembers it. It's a classic stream series. See, Animu remembers it. Somehow I managed to miscount the deaths, even though I'm pretty sure I watched it thoroughly. I somehow missed like a couple of deaths. Okay. Herman. Herman was a doctor, or so he led you to. He says, I forget how it actually went. Maybe Zen died when he ended stream a couple of times. I'm sure he died a couple of times in real life. Doctor Who! Oh my. Old timey. That's a pretty decent looking one. Ah, but it's stocked. And that one you have to buy. What the fuck? How many? Man, this guy makes a fortune just by pretending to be a doctor. I'll never get why some people think selling it at this much is reasonable. I mean, I guess it's not like a very common thing people want, but then when I want it for free. Because I don't have any money. Not until YouTube partners us. What? Being an old-timey doctor would rule just drunk as hell. Like, yeah, you got ghosts in your blood. You should be able just to do something about it. Okay. That's a shame, because, like, that's a good picture. But I can't use it because it's got a watermark on it. Again, you have to buy that one. Now again, some silly stuff. Let's try this place. That's not what I asked for. Oh no, bear. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be finding anything here anytime soon. The doctor guy with the mustache looked like a subtle substitute teacher who got their worst subject. A lot of substitute teachers I got were really young looking people. I don't know if that's just something that happens or... Ba, 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 ba. Let's have a listen to
That's what he would say. And Herman was a doctor, for that's what he would say. And every single patient they would have to pay. He cut and pulled and burned. And
I had a substitute teacher for nearly a whole year one time. Jesus. They just could not replace him.
for more he always yearned. This surgeon was a butcher who had a taste for swine.
Maybe a butcher could work. Dr. Butcher? No, not you. I'm just gonna close that because I don't think I need that anymore. I think it's because the teacher who was supposed to take us was pregnant at the time. Makes sense. Zombie up. Nah, he don't look like someone who eats a lot of human flesh. Try this butcher. I can already smell the meat. Ah. No discriminations. It's just that the story depicts him as being a big person. Except now we're just seeing topless people and I'm very uncomfortable. Why is it trying to find pictures can always be uncomfortable? Is there anything else we can find in the time being?
Swine. With their bleeding flesh, he'd pair fine red wine. The hunger took him, body, mind, and soul. Yet this evil, it never took its toll. Herman was alone In his chair he sat. All this human meat had made him very fat. He drifted off to slumber and began to snore, until an angry Krampus burst through the door. Herman could not move. He wet himself in fright. Krampus licked his lips and let out a squeal of delight. First he gouged out his eyes, and Herman we all fear. So be kind to one another, show love and heed this text, or Krampus will... Christmas is joyous.
Yeah. Ugh. You know those people who steal kidneys? Look up pictures of that, maybe? I think if I look that up, I'm going to end up in the dark web. But nah, I need to find... I'm trying to think of a good example. I want to see someone like... not without the mask. Maybe something like that, but a large person. Jesus, what happened there? Why does he look like Elon Musk? It's throwing me off. No. Who was that guy? Who was that guy that dressed like a clown and kidnapped children back in the 60s? Pennywise? This guy? Or guys now, since there's two of them? That's a lot of teeth. Maybe you should cut down on those teeth. Yeah, do you mean him? Gaki? Oh, yeah, you know what? Yeah, that is a good depiction. But do I want to use someone real? What if I just type in doctor? Ooh. What if I type in doctor with that? What is the correct spelling? Well, this guy inspired Pennywise, thanks, and he's dead anyway. He won't care. I don't know, he won't care, but I'm wondering if, like, if anyone watching this would care. Like, this chick here. This chick I have no problem showing, because, like, she existed back in, like, the 1500s, so who the hell cares about the 1500s? But this guy, I'm pretty sure he's been around since the 90s. Well, it's gotta be. But like, probably like late 90s. You talk to who? I don't know. What do you think, Zen? You think I should just go with this image? Or, well, speak close up. Or should I look for something that's a bit more... That was a bit of a nasty title there. I see his picture all the time in narration videos. Really? Hey Lane, how you doing? I'm fine, still fine. I'm going back to the other ladies person thing because I want to move Krampus to the back here. I think that'll probably be a better place for that to be revealed. I just need to think of an image that will look good in the story. Love Santa. Oof, I like the site, but it's not helping me. I'm not gonna be able to find this. Mushrooms. That's probably gonna be the closest one. But I don't like the colour. This would have been nice, but all that makeup's in the way. Maybe. Yeah, I like that. Thank you. Thank you, Charlotte May. For this guy.
This surgeon was a...
For this guy, thingy, the doctor.
Herman was a doctor, for that's what he would say. And every single patient, they would have to pay. He cut and pulled and burned, and after he was done, for more he always yearned. This surgeon was a butcher who had a taste for swine. With their bleeding flesh, he'd pair a fine red wine. The hunger took him, body, mind, and soul. Yet this evil, it never took its toll. Herman was alone, in his chair he sat. All this human meat had made him very fat.
Nah, just use a generic creepy doctor. Well, that's what I'm trying to find, but I'm having a hard time looking for that image. Hey, where are you doing? I'm trying to find like an image sort of like him, a chubby person, because the story depicts him as being a fat person. But I can't find it.
She did not find. Only ancient Krampus. They had many treasures. They had many treasures.
They have many treasures, guys.
They had many treasures.
Jewels. Gems. How am I doing? I'm doing fine. Just getting a bit tired now. But I'm doing fine. How are you doing, Wim? Again, I suppose waiting for 2021 to inch its way to us at last. I'm doing, mad at my dumb fat family, but yeah. All the hugs. I'm sorry, Wem. All the hugs indeed. What's wrong, Mr. Zen? Two hours of clean and vomit. Well, I suppose that is a problem. think I found the right... I think I found a good picture. But I can't save it as a JPEG. What the hell? Well, I know how I can save it as a JPEG. Screenshot. Heh! If I want it, I get it. How's that face? Horse paparazzi. It wouldn't let me save it. I find that face more funny than anything. Good. It looks weird, even with like the defocus. It's not really doing much. I'll probably just put a white background on it instead then. There we go.
Herman was a doctor, for that's what he would say. And
Although oh, they don't transition too well. That looks so bad.
Herman was a doctor, for that's Herman was a doctor, for that's what he would say.
Looks like it. I will never get the mental image of a kid vomiting into his face mask out of my mind. It was horrifying for all of us. Just hearing that. Ugh.
Herman was a doctor, for that's what he would say.
No, yeah, it is bad.
Herman was a doctor, for that's
I just have to deal with this. Okay, the images are here. Now I need a sound. Well, not a sound, a song. A song. A song. let's see here. Oop, yeah, I'm gonna turn this down first. Well, already I don't like this. Nah, it's not gonna work. Still not gonna work. Ooh. Okay, we're on the right track. Something like that. Not exactly. When I said find me something similar to that, I didn't mean give me just Christmas. No, now we're just going backwards. No. 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 Okay, we'll just go with regular Christmas. Let's see. No, I already just played all that. I don't think we're gonna get any haunting Christmas. Nope. What the hell is wrong with these people? That's copyrighted though. That's someone else's work. And I don't know, those were also other people's work, but they were uploaded to a site that allows me to download it. But I can't do Carols of the Bell because that's made by professionally. I would love to use it. It works exactly like it, and the entire time I've been making this, I've been thinking nothing but Carols of the Bells, but I can't use Carols of the Bells. Can we use Carols of the Bells in our videos? "15 minutes freebie music lessons on Carols of the Bells." Okay, hang on. Is Carols of the Bells copyrighted? Carols of the Bells is a popular Christmas carol with music group. What? Alright, someone made a copyright-free version. Recording a holiday tune is one of the best ways to earn new friends during the biggest season of the year for music sales and engagement. With many Christmas holiday songs are public domains, but many of the more popular tunes like Frosty the Snowman are copyrighted and need a license. Oh, you like that one? How do you download? Oh. Give me 1 second. Right, so
Krampus, written by J.S. Each year on December 5th, a person in my hometown is brutally murdered. The police are at a loss. With each victim, a poetic story is left behind. Below are the stories from the past 3 years. Frederick loved to smile, for he was always
hey,
glad.
Sean.
Happy, warm, and gentle, never ever sad. But Frederick had a secret, one he only knew. This man loved to strangle children, he turned them cold and blue. The townsfolk never found them, for he was very smart. Frederick took their corpses and pulled them all apart. It couldn't be young Frederick, everyone would say. He is a man of God, we always see him pray. The cold night came, and Frederick rested his head, but soon he heard a scratching underneath his bed. Frederick trembled as he looked, oil lamp in hand. On his bedroom floor, the demon had a plan. "Away with you, beast! The night is dark and long. You have no business here, for I have done no wrong." Krampus only laughed as he shook his rusty chain. He hung Frederick by the neck until he writhed in pain. The links constricted, digging into skin. Frederick then cried out, paying for his sin.
I mean, it's good, but it ain't Carols of the Bell good. Hang on, I'm gonna dig deeper whether or not this is actually copyrighted. Is Carols of the Bells really copyrighted by Kevin Baisley? Let's have a read, guys. Recently received the with a little more research, I found that Leon Lynch's music now roams free in the public domain. Additionally, I found... Is this the guy who made it, Zen? Dig deep. We're going down the rabbit hole, guys. So, this is... I've got one horse. I'll send you the link on Discord if you want. Sure, give me what you got. I would even love to play the song for you guys just to show how good it is, but I'm not sure if it's allowed on YouTube. I like that teeny tiny box down there of three guys just singing along with these guys. Let's see what animal sent me. Oh, well. Royalty-free music support with donation. I'll save your channel, guy, so that I can put you in the description. I assume we can. It says royalty free here, and we can go support him by donation. I think so long as you give him credit, it should be fine. Yeah, I'm fine with giving credit. Heard his music and other stuff and all gave him credit, so just make sure you do so. Yeah, of course.
Each year on...
That's not the right one. Hold on. Let me just delete that. Okay, here we go. Okay.
Each year on December 5th, a person in my hometown is brutally murdered. The police are at a loss. With each victim, a poetic story is left behind. Below are the stories from the past 3 years. Frederick loved to smile, for he was always glad. Happy, warm, and gentle, never ever sad. But Frederick had a secret, one he only knew. This man loved to strangle children, he turned them cold and blue. The townsfolk never found them, for he was very smart. Frederick took their corpses and pulled them all apart. It couldn't be young Frederick, everyone would say. He is a man of God, we always see him pray. The cold night came, and Frederick rested his head, but soon he heard a scratching underneath his bed. Frederick trembled
Yes,
as
thank
he
you, buddy.
looked, oil lamp in hand. On his bedroom floor, the demon had a plan. Away with you, beast! The night is dark and long. You have no business here, for I have done no wrong. Krampus only laughed as he shook his rusty chain. He hung Frederick by the neck until he writhed in pain.
Hang on. I'm gonna see if I can add like a filter to it to make it a bit what do you call it? Still play it but also not feel so powering.
But soon he heard a scratch. He turned them cold and blue. Each year on December 5th, a person in my hometown is brutally murdered. The police are at a loss. With each victim, a poetic story is left behind. Below are the stories from the past 3 years. Frederick loved to smile, for he was cold and blue. The townsfolk never found them, for he was very smart. Frederick trembled as he looked, oil lamp in hand. On his bedroom floor, the demon had a plan.
Yes.
Away with you, beast! The night is dark and long. You have no business here, for I have done no wrong. Krampus only laughed as he shook his rusty chain. He hung Frederick by the neck until he writhed in pain. The lynx constricted, digging into skin. Frederick then cried out, paying for his sin. He begged and pleaded until his final breath. With a beautiful snap, Frederick bled to death. Krampus hung him out to dry, and all the townsfolk began to cry. But not the children, for now their souls were free, and under Frederick's body the phantoms danced with glee. Greta loved herself more than she could bear.
Hang on.
But not the children, for now their souls were free, and
We'll make this the last end.
all the townsfolk began to cry. But not the children, for now their souls were free. Frederick trembled as he looked. Man of God, young Frederick, everyone would say. The town blue. But not the children, for now their souls were free, and under Frederick, for now their souls were free, for now their souls were free, and under, for now their souls were free, and for now their souls were free, and under, and all the townsfolk began to cry. But not the children, for now their souls were free, and under Frederick's body the phantoms danced with glee. Greta loved herself more than she could bear. She never had enough, and could never ever share.
You want sound effects? Honestly, I don't think it needs sound effects. But if you think it needs sound effects, what do you have in mind? I think it's fine. It's more like a tell story rather than an experience story. You know, kind of like how we did the Gloomy Sunday. That was more of a tell story rather than a experience. You know, like you don't tell a story and then hear sound effects in the story. You're more experienced with it and you have the sound effects to help it. If that makes any sense. I ramble a little bit, so. I think it's creepy if you make them up yourselves, since it's like a bedtime story. Like when he says snap, with a snap, and then you make up that noise yourself rather than the video make it. It's more like a Gloomy Sunday. Yeah, now I want to watch it again. Yeah, it's more like Gloomy Sunday. Like I said, it's someone else telling the story, not experiencing the story.
She never had enough and could never ever share. Want was never more, it was only need. Her envy grew and grew, and with it came her greed. Greta needed more, but money wasn't flush, so she stole from her family. It gave her quite the rush. It is not enough, to herself she would say. I must have it all, there is no other way. Into her grandparents' home, Greta crept inside. They had many treasures, jewelry and gemstones pied. But when she looked about, wealth she did not find. Only ancient Krampus with something on his mind. Greta shrieked and trembled, staring at his claws. She knew there would be no mercy from this evil Santa Claus. You shall have the riches, Krampus said with a grin, and he gave them to her after peeling off her skin.
Hold on one sec. I forgot to put a black and white. There we go.
Herman was a doctor, for that's what he would say, and every single patient they would have to pay. He cut and pulled and burned, and after he was done, for more he always yearned. This surgeon was a butcher who had a taste for swine. With their bleeding flesh, he'd pair fine red wine.
Hey, wait, Gloomy Sunday isn't in the Creepy Stories playlist. Can you add it in? It's not? What? How did I miss that? Let me play this while I look that up.
The hunger took him, body, mind, and soul. Yet this evil, it never took its toll. Herman was alone. In his chair he sat. All this human meat had made him very fat. He drifted off to slumber and began to snore until an angry Krampus burst through the door. Herman could not move. He wet himself in fright. Krampus licked his lips and let out a squeal of delight. First he gouged out his eyes, and Herman could not see. Then Krampus filleted his tongue. It was tender.
Hang on.
Until an angry Krampus burst through the door. Herman could not move. He wet himself in fright. Herman was a doctor, for that's what he was. Herman could not move. He wet himself in fright. Krampus licked his lips. Herman could not move. He wet himself in fright.
Hang on. I got this.
Self in fright. Krampus licked his lips.
Hold on. I got this. Put me in, coach.
His lips, and let out a squeal of delight. First he gouged out his eyes, and Herman could not see. Then Krampus filleted his tongue. It was tender as could be. Christmas is joyous, full of love and cheer, but you must remember the one that we all fear. So be kind to one another, show love and heed this text, or Krampus will find you, and you will certainly be next. Krampus will find you, Krampus will find you. To one another, show love and heed this text, or Krampus will find you, and you will certainly be next. Another, show love and heed this text, or Krampus will find you, and you will certainly.
Hey, Peaky, how you doing?
We all fear. So be kind to one another, show love and heed this text, or Krampus will find you, and you will certainly be next.
Hold on, let me just mute Zen for a second so I can listen to the music. Put that there. We'll fade out.
Christmas is joyous, full of love and cheer, but you must remember the one that we all fear. So be kind to one another, show love and heed this text, or Krampus will find you, and you will certainly be next. The police are seeking any information that may help bring the killer to justice. As of this morning, 3 more bodies have been found in a neighboring village.
I even put this the end card in black and white. Maybe it needs to be a little louder.
First he gouged out his eyes.
But everything else would be louder too.
First he gouged out his eyes, and Herman could not see. Then
Can you put the snow too? It is snowy. Hang on, let me turn off this snow. You should see that this one also has snow. See? I could tell this one's going to be Zen's favorite. I can already tell. I can already hear Zen saying, "Dude, this is like your best work yet."
Krampus, written by J.S. Each year on December 5th, a person in my hometown is brutally murdered. The police are at a loss. With each victim, a poetic story is left behind. Below are the stories from the past 3 years. Frederick loved to smile, for he was always glad. Happy, warm, and gentle, never ever sad. But Frederick had a secret, one he only knew. This man loved to strangle children, he turned them cold and blue. The townsfolk never found them, for he was very smart. Frederick took their corpses and pulled them all apart. It couldn't be young Frederick, everyone would say. He is a man of God, we always see him pray. The cold night came, and Frederick rested his head, but soon he heard a scratching underneath his bed. Frederick trembled as he looked, oil lamp in hand. On his bedroom floor, the demon had a plan. "Away with you, beast! The night is dark and long. You have no business here, for I have done no wrong." Krampus only laughed as he shook his rusty chain. He hung Frederick by the neck until he writhed in pain. The links constricted, digging into skin. Frederick then cried out, paying for his sin. He begged and pleaded until his final breath. With a beautiful snap, Frederick bled to death. Krampus hung him out to dry, and all the townsfolk began to cry. But not the children, for now their souls were free, and under Frederick's body, the phantoms danced with glee. Greta loved herself more than she could bear. She never had enough, and could never ever share. Want was never more, it was only need. Her envy grew and grew, and with it came her greed. Greta needed more, but money wasn't flush, so she stole from her family. It gave her quite the rush. "It is not enough," to herself she would say. "I must have it all, there is no other way." Into her grandparents' home, Greta crept inside. They had many treasures, jewelry and gemstones pied. But when she looked about, wealth she did not find. Only ancient Krampus with something on his mind. Greta shrieked and trembled, staring at his claws. She knew there would be no mercy from this evil Santa Claus. "You shall have the riches," Krampus said with a grin, and he gave them to her after peeling off her skin. Herman was a doctor, for that's what he would say, and every single patient they would have to pay. He cut and pulled and burned, and after he was done, for more he always yearned. This surgeon was a butcher who had a taste for swine. With their bleeding flesh, he'd pair a fine red wine. The hunger took him, body, mind, and soul. Yet this evil, it never took its toll. Herman was alone, in his chair he sat. All this human meat had made him very fat. He drifted off to slumber and began to snore, until an angry Krampus burst through the door. Herman could not move, he wet himself in fright. Krampus licked his lips and let out a squeal of delight. First he gouged out his eyes, and Herman could not see. Then Krampus filleted his tongue, it was tender as could be. Christmas is joyous, full of love and cheer, but you must remember the one that we all fear. So be kind to one another, show love and heed this text, or Krampus will find you, and you will certainly be next. The police are seeking any information that may help bring the killer to justice. As of this morning, 3 more bodies have been found in a neighboring village.
Thank you very much, Moody. One thing I want to change though is this bit. Oops. I'm gonna change this.
And let out a squeal of delight. Just licked his lips and let out a...
Oh, whoops. I just took out Zen's voice by accident.
Let out a squeal. Let out a squeal of let out a squeal of...
It's not that.
Let out a squeal of...
One of these is a
squeal of delight.
Got a reverb to it.
Let out a squeal of delight.
Whichever one it is.
Let out a squeal of... Let out a squeal of...
No, none of them? Ah, it's not working. God, I hate doing this bit. I do it like one time, and then I forget how I do it, and it drives me insane when it happens. I want to find a way for the sound to linger. So it's like, so it goes dun 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 dun. I need to find something like that. But I forget what it's called, or how to do it. Oh, yeah. I am the horse that is approaching. This is Halloween. What would you call it? Something that lingers. No, it's not that. I won't find it in there. I need to do it here somehow. You guys can't see it, but I've got like menus open right now. I'm trying to figure out how to add an effect. Pang. Oh, okay. I figured out how to do that now. Slow fade. Fade.
squeal of
Linear.
and let out a squeal of
No. Yeah, I'll just mute it then, because I don't want to keep hearing squeal of delight constantly. No. Just change the way that you hear it. Okay, I see. Yeah, it's not that then. How do I get the pen? How do I get rid of the pen? That'll do. Are you trying to bit the last note that plays echoes in some way? I am, yeah. I just don't know what it's called or how to do it. I did it before, which is driving me insane how I don't remember how I did that. I probably just found it, but I don't know what I'm looking at. Do you have any idea, Moody? I mean, you probably don't use Sony Vegas, but if you were doing something similar on your program, what would you do? Attack time, release time, bypass. Roll off. Nope. I want to see what this does, though. Don't do anything. I know how to do it, but my method is probably more complex because it requires another Sony Vegas to be... What? I do Vegas, I'll have you know. Oh, okay, cool. I'd get the hoof spider involved. How would you do it, Moody? Share me your secrets. I don't get this. Properties. Oh, audio track. Well, I didn't do anything. This might be hard to explain, but I'll try my best. I will try my best to follow. Yeah, let me put some music on while we wait. While we figure this out. Somehow me doing that deleted something I shouldn't have. Yeah, there we go. That's back. Gain? Frequency? Frequency. Maybe it's frequency. No, it just makes it sound quiet. I feel like it's one of these. It's probably really simple. I just don't know where to look. Yeah, well, I should have known what game meant. I should have known what that meant. It's probably really a horse. You're not far off from the truth, then. I mean, have you seen this hoof down here? So you can open another Sony Vegas, then paste what you want to use on that one, Okay, so I'll do that first. Let me open an existing one. Okay. This is the Life is Strange video. How strange. Let me minimize this so you can see what I'm doing. Does that even work? Oh, that didn't work. Ah! Okay, let's go with what you're saying here. So, from there, since you're looking for a reverb that lasts a while, you want to render that with a few seconds of black. This will make the reverb last longer. So I'm making it into a video. Okay, put some black in there. However long I want it. Okay. Oh. Yeah, I know. I don't know how to switch between the two. But, I mean, you know what, hang on, I've got an idea. Okay, I've got an idea. I don't like doing this, but I'll do it just for this case. I'm showing my monitor. It means that you guys can see everything I'm doing, which is a bit weird, but whatever. Just make sure nothing personal shows up. Okay, so I'm here. What am I doing now? So this time you can actually see what I'm actually showing here. What am I clicking on, Mr. Moody? Am I going to apply event effects? You mentioned reverb. So we're still making this an MP3 file. What I meant was render the audio file with a few seconds of black frames. So you want me to just, you want this black area to still be here, right? Hey, Lane. Okay. So now what? This is definitely one thing I need to remember because, because like I said, I managed to do it before. I just don't remember how. I thought I did. So for example, you know when you drag to render something, you can start dragging it around 20 seconds or something. Okay. So 123. Okay. Now what? I'm assuming this is what you mean. Making a region loop. So then it just loops. Oh, it should. Then render. Okay. As MP3. Okay. Let's go over the highest one. Okay. Now what? So we've got our sound sample. Drag that same save file into the timeline. Okay. So we have the same thing again. So it's like that. Then, since you want it at a specific note, you want to cut right before the last note, then add reverb to the last selection. So it went right as it ends. Render again. And since you want it at a specific note, you want to cut right before the last. Oh, sorry, right before it. So this. We want to render this. So sample 2. Okay. So now we got sound sample 2 here. I'm gonna cut right before the last note. Oh no, wait. Then add reverb to oh, whoops, I forgot the reverb. Wait, reverb? What reverb? I don't know why I'm adding in. I can kind of hear it. Yeah, I can semi-hear it. Hang on. Yeah, can you hear it? If I didn't have this on, it would sound like this. And when I have it on, it would sound like this. Do we need to render it then? Hold on. I want to test something real quick. Oh, I forgot how quiet it was. Why is that louder? Oh, because the I see volume thing. Kinda. You're right, yeah. We do need to kinda do it. Okay. Hold on. Forget sample again. Mm-hmm. 1.2. And then add reverb to this. I need to find something that makes it sound like it's there. Hey, there it is. Duh. But it only plays so long as this is playing. Which we can't do that though, because it will repeat. Yeah. Okay. So maybe a little longer than that. No, that's not it. Okay. We want this. Okay. Copy that and make it very long. Okay. Then render that as sound sample. Yes, I'm fine with replacing it. Then we go back. That should be already replaced actually. But I'll just get a new sample anyway. How's the video, Horsey? It's nearly done, and thanks with Mr. Moody, we managed to get a reverb on it. Like warm space. It's not playing. Hold on. Render loop, yeah. We'll just we won't replace it. Sample poll 3. It's a long shot way to do it. I know that's but that's what it's testing what your editing software for 3 years does. Yeah, I know exactly the feeling. And there's probably an easier way. I'm pretty sure the way I did it, I have these down here. I'm pretty sure I made one of these do exactly like that. I thought it still did it, but it doesn't. In fact, speaking of which, I kind of forgot how you add sound effects to these. It used to be so simple before. Because you, oh, I can't even do it here. There was a way for me to add effects on the timeline itself, so then everything is affected by it. But I don't remember how I did that. Let me see if I can quickly Google this. Sound effects track. Apply sound effects using now. And audio track effects. Maybe? I don't know. Click on sound effects button. Click the track FX button on the track where you want to add. Is it because it's small? No. No. Sometimes it hides things when you make it too small. Is this it? No, this can't be it. But, oh yeah, here we go, yeah. Plugin chooser. Yeah, I did this. Warm space. So then I didn't have to like add it onto this thing. So if I get rid of this. Fuck, it's still not working. Well, if I did this. I'm not doing a good job showing this. Hang on, let's delete this track. I didn't delete anything that was on this. I don't think so. Wait, no, we do need this. Okay. Right, render this. Okay, now it did it. Jesus. Yeah. So then... It's still quiet. Holy crap. What? Hold on. I got this, guys. I got this. I will not go to bed until I get this. Okay, just make sure. Oh. Do you hear that click? What's that click all about? There, got rid of that click. I spent how long trying to get this work? Whoops.
Herman could not move. He wet himself in fright. Krampus licked his lips and let out a squeal of delight. First he gouged out his eye.
I'm not satisfied.
Out a squeal.
Yeah. It really is.
And let out a squeal of delight. Let out a squeal of delight.
The problem is that I'm making it to play too early.
Let out a squeal of delight. Let out a squeal of delight. First
Reverse?
let out a squeal of delight. First he
That doesn't work at all.
let out a squeal of delight.
No. I need to stop because it is way too late right now. I gotta stop. Oh, why am I drawing? Okay. Well, hey, thank you so much, Anna Moody, for the help. Yeah, we'll try it again another time when it's not so late and I'm not pulling my hair out doing this. It sucks because like it is finished. I just want this bit to sound right, you know. Maybe I'll think of some other way of doing this. Maybe instead of doing like a reverb, I'll just do like a build up or something. Maybe reverb's not the right way, but I'll sort it out another time. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me through this small but like annoying process. Finding the pictures and getting this one music track to work right. But thank you so much for helping me. Thank you so much for sticking around with me. And the music's gone. There it is. Okay. I was worried then for a second. But no, thank you so much for joining me. I am very tired. I'm gonna go to bed. And I hope you all do the same. Especially you, Mana Moody. It's probably way too late for you right now. Have a good rest in my stable? Yes, I will rest in my stable. There is a pile of hay just waiting for me to collapse on. Until then, I will see you all another time. When that'll be? Before Christmas. Because because we've got another story to work on. Well, other than that, you all have a good time. Goodbye. Oh, I should probably put music on that one too. That just kind of ended up update. Oh, see you all next time.